Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video, and for today's video I am going to be stuffing my sinking fund system. If you guys have still not checked out my February monthly budget spread, which is a spread that you guys are seeing right now, go ahead and do so. I typically make videos in the beginning of the month where I show you guys my whole budget spread for the month, as well as for today I'm going to be doing my sinking funds, and then later I will be doing my cash envelope stuffing, which this time I am actually not going to be using envelopes. I mentioned that in my budget video. I have switched to cash wallet dividers, so stay tuned if you guys would like to see how that's going to work out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. The amount that I'm going to be adding into my sinking fund system today is $1,400, which that is so much money, guys, and I've never put that much money into my sinking funds. But I just recently sold my car and I definitely want to do maintenance, like change probably my tires in my new car, as well as I have to do the oil change and stuff like that. So I definitely want to take a good chunk of that money that I got from selling my Camry to put towards my newer car, because of course cars need maintenance. So that's mostly what it is. As for the rest of my categories, I don't think I've added any for this month. You guys will see me setting that up right now. So for my sinking funds, I like to personally set up my sinking fund spread in the very beginning of the month. So in the very first page of the month, which is, I've noticed, a little bit longer than the other pages, but I always make it work, and this is the one right next to the quote page. So let's go ahead and get right into it and first set up my spread. Okay, now I've already set up a mock sinking fund spread as well in my softbound notebook, which I also go over in the how to create a mock budget for yourself video that I got up, I believe, last week. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. And I only break down how I go about my categories in my budget, but I also break down how I go about stuffing my sinking funds. So of course I'm going to be using my sinking funds kit and then just some leftover washi that we have here. Like I mentioned, I didn't add any new categories this month, and I think I should be pretty good. I just really wanted to focus on stuffing the categories that I already have, especially because I believe if next month, if not the month after that, I do want to start stuffing my Christmas sinking fund once again, which I know sounds like super far in advance, but I rather start saving up from March. I know some people have even started saving since January, which I definitely would have wanted to do, but I just had other sinking funds to prioritize. So that's the reason why I still haven't created that sinking fund, which is fine, you know. You gotta work with what you got. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into the sinking funds. My first one, as you guys know, is my Adventures sinking fund. For Adventures, I am beginning with $119, and I will be adding $60 in here. I don't have any plans on going on any adventures, to be honest, but eventually I do want to go somewhere. I'm thinking in 2021, because I am going to be going to Peru this summer. So definitely want to save, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. Next up is my Amazon Prime, and I do keep these in alphabetical order. You don't have to do that. I always mention that, but I just think it looks nice to me. So Amazon Prime, as of now, I have $80, and I put $10 on this every single month, and I usually split this with my parents. What I'm thinking that I'm going to be doing is that once I end up paying for that, because I do pay that once a year, I might just end up making that a business expense for my shop, just because all of my materials I get off of Amazon. So I think that it is a no-brainer to include that as a business expense. I really just have to see how much it is and all of that. So that's just a thought that I had. So that is Amazon Prime. Next, I have a category that I added last month, I believe, which is my birthdays category. Now, as you guys know, February is my birthday month, and I at first wanted this to be a birthday category for either myself or any other person that I had to buy gifts for. But I ended up deciding that this was just solely going to be for other people, especially because my dad's birthday is coming up in March, and then my mom's on April, and then my sister's in May, and then Paul's in June. So I have quite a bit of birthdays every single month that are coming up. So I thought that this would just solely be for that. And I am beginning with $60 here. And for this month, I'm just going to be adding 10 because I don't have anybody's birthday yet. And then of course, as the months go by, I'll go ahead and add a little bit more each time. Next, I have my car insurance, sinking fund. And although I do pay this monthly, I like to have cash for this because my dad ends up paying for it, so I just end up giving him the cash. So beginning, I have $50, and I'm going to be adding 300 in here, which is my car insurance payment. Next, I have car maintenance, which this is the one that I'm going to be adding quite a bit of money this month. For cart maintenance, we are starting with $130. And I'm going to be adding $600 for this just because I do think that I'm going to end up changing all of the tires on my car. And I think that's around what I think it's going to be. I'm really honestly not too sure, but I'd rather just have more money in here than me having to have an unbudgeted expense for cart maintenance. So that is the amount that I'll be putting in there. Next, I have my car payment, which if you guys have seen my February monthly budget video, then you guys know that I have made a car payment a fixed expense on there now. The only reason I still have it as a sinking fund is because I still have money saved in there. Like I've mentioned, I used to have my car payment as a sinking fund because I wanted to have at least 2 months worth of payments just in case of an emergency. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm just going to leave the money there. So in here I have, after last month's payment, $373, and I'm not going to add anything in here. And that's probably how it's going to be moving forward. Next, I have date night. And for date night, I am starting with $35. And I will go ahead and add $75 just because Valentine's Day is coming up. And I definitely want to get Paul something. So I think that should be a good amount for that. Next, I have entertainment. Sinking fund. And in here, I have $90. I didn't end up using any money last month, which I thought that I was going to need some. So I'm thinking for this month, I'll just go ahead and do 20 and then see if I end up using it. And if I don't, I can bring it down to like 10 or nothing at all, because I think $90 is a good entertainment amount to have. And then my second to last category is medical. And the beginning for this is $95. And I'm going to be adding $80 in here because I am going to be getting my contacts this month. And then last but not least, my last, which like I mentioned, I am going to Peru in the summer because my grandpa is turning 80 years old and they do plan on having like a big party for him. So I am saving up money. Hopefully with what I'm adding this month, I am able to already purchase my tickets. Hopefully I get a good deal. So far I have $405 and I'm going to be adding $245 this month. And those are all of my sinking funds. And like I always say, I have a bit of sinking funds, which is sort of why I can get away with having both my sinking fund and my transaction log in the same page. I typically don't spend too much money from this, so it all just works out for me. And we'll put the transaction log there, and then this at the bottom, and then we'll get started with stuffing my sinking fund system. Okay, I was like, something is missing because I always do the spread the same way, and it was that I missed the little thin washi strips. So before I move on, I'm going to add all of my beginning and all of what I'm adding. So the beginning is 60, 50, 130, 373, 35, 90, 95, and 405. That is 1,437. And then what I'm adding is 60 plus 10 plus 10 plus 300 plus 600 plus 75 plus 20 plus 80 plus 245 is 1,400, which is the amount that I showed you guys in the beginning, and that is in my February monthly budget. So we're perfectly good there. Now, if you guys don't know where it is that I keep all of my sinking funds, I personally keep all of my sinking funds in this coupon binder folder, which I always have links for in the description. I got this off of Target, and I've seen a lot of cute ones too on Amazon, but essentially what I do is I use every single little tab as one of my sinking funds, and this is where I keep my money. Now, this might not be the most ideal thing for a lot of you guys, but this is just what's been working for me for over a year now and how I like to do things. Now, since I am putting a lot more money into this, I do now think that maybe I could go other ways about this, like maybe creating a separate checkings account. But honestly, they're not all that much money, and it's just money that I'm eventually going to use up, like the money for like my Peru trip and my cart maintenance and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'll be getting a separate checkings account anytime soon, and I really just like to have everything in here and at arm's reach. So last month I wasn't able to create these tabs on camera, but I did end up making one for birthdays and one for my Peru trip. So I have all 10 of my sinking funds in here, and I'm gonna get ready to stuff them. Okay, so I got, you know, my little thumbnail picture in, and I'm ready to go. So what I think is that I will separate the money. So this time I have quite a bit of hundreds. I'm probably gonna leave my sinking fund system pretty fast because I'm probably gonna get that cart maintenance done like this week. I know one of them I'm getting it done like today, the day that I'm filming this, and then the other one is probably gonna be like during the weekday. But okay, I'm gonna start with adventures, which for that I'm adding $60. So let's do 20s, 20, 40, 60 for adventures. Here. I don't know if you guys would like to see that or not, but next we have Amazon, which I'm going to be adding $10. Next we have birthdays, which I'm also just going to be adding $10 to. So put it right there. Next I have car insurance. This one is going to get $300. So let's do 100, 200, and 300. For car insurance. Next, I have cart maintenance, which this one is going to get $600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 600 for cart maintenance. And then nothing for car payment. For date night, I'm going to put $75. Let's do these bills. So $50, $75 for date night. Next is entertainment, which is going to get $20. And then medical is going to get $80. So let's do a 50, 70. So 50, 70, and 80. Let me just arrange this as I am putting out. So medical is going to get 80. And then last but not least is $245, which is going to go towards my Peru trip. So it should be the rest of all this money. So let's see, 100, 200, 20, 40, and 5. So everything is great here, and I think my Peru trip, hopefully I'm able to get a good deal on plane ticket to Peru, and hopefully that is enough. If it's not enough and it's still a good deal nonetheless, I might end up just purchasing it and having it on budget expense, who knows. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. That's pretty much all that I have for today. Make sure to stay tuned for the next video, which will be my cash wallet divider stuffing. That's kind of weird to say, but make sure you stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this one, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and hopefully I will get to see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.